We have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, Lucasfilm has announced another trilogy, and we have all the details for you. But I wonder if this is going to see the light of day, and this possibly could be the end of Rey Skywalker, and I will explain. But before we get into that, could you do me a huge favor and please hit the subscribe button? It's a free thing that you could do that helps out the channel. Also, my brand new book series, an all-age adventure, Achromatic Chronicles Green, which is book 2 of the series, is now available for a limited time. And if you missed the first one, you can pick that one up as well. I will post the link in the pinned comment and in the top of the description where you could watch the teaser trailers and find out more about this adventure series. Thanks for supporting the project. Now, let's get on to the video. According to Variety, a deal has been made. Star Wars Trilogy deal. Lucasfilm taps Simon Kinberg to write and produce. Now, I think a lot of people will agree the producing part isn't the issue, it's the writing. He has written some questionable things in the past, such as that massive Fantastic Four 2015 film. But maybe things have changed, you know? Maybe he put a story together that Lucasfilm is excited, and for some strange reason, I feel it's not going to have Rey Skywalker. I think Rey is going to get her solo film if that ever happens, and they're going to move forward. I wish they would move away from the Skywalker saga, to be honest, but it seems like they can't. They've got to keep holding on and trying to make lemonade with whatever lemons they got left there at Lucasfilm. Now, why would you say that Rey Skywalker, the beloved Rey, would not be in this trilogy? Well, according to these reports from Deadline, it says that some insiders think it may be the start of a new saga instead. So even though they're going to call it 10, 11, 12, it might take place a million years into the future, you know, something like that with a whole new cast, a whole new story, but it's still in the same timeline, I guess you'd say. But it moves so far into the future that the Skywalker stuff is left way in the dust, way in the back. I mean, here it is right here in the initial report. Insiders disputed that this will continue the storyline, saying this will instead begin a new saga and sit alongside these other Star Wars projects. And you can see there's Charmin. She's the director of the Rey film. So Rey shouldn't be moving forward in this trilogy. Rey already had her trilogy +1 if they get this movie made. So that would be like 4 films, even though people online are discussing that maybe they canceled the Rey solo film and are going to give her this trilogy. That wouldn't make much sense to give her 6 films. But hey, we're talking about Lucasfilm here. They still talk about Taika Waititi, which I don't think that's getting made. James Mangold, after that Indiana Jones disaster, I'd be shocked if that one's getting made. And then Donald Glover, the Lando solo film. We haven't heard anything about that forever. Just like one sentence that was said on a podcast that are like, yeah, well, we're looking into it. Basically all we've heard. So we'll see. It also says, as usual, Lucasfilm and Disney are not commenting, anything about the film. Again, this is another project that's been announced, and we'll see what happens. A lot of times their projects get announced, and they don't necessarily cancel them. They just stop talking about it. It just disappears. We know for sure that the Mando and Grogu film will be released. That one has finished filming, and then we have Andor Season 2. We have the Skeleton Crew coming up next month, and Ahsoka Season 2 will start filming next year. And that's literally the only thing that we have knowing for Star Wars going forward. But what do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen? Are they going to give Rey the one and done film so now she has a trilogy +1? Why would they announce this or even have this information when they can't get the other projects finished? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Reaction online is very mixed, mostly because of that Fantastic Four film that this writer-producer was a part of. And it's kind of like, wow, here we go. Here we go. And what would it be about? I've always said that from day one when Disney took over Star Wars, that they should have just left the George Lucas Skywalker thing to rest and skyrocket a million years in the future or a million years in the past. That way they had more creative liberty to take instead of messing up stuff that was already done. A million years into the future, you know, the Force could have had different powers and say, yeah, well, we learned to do this. You know, it took us 100,000 years to learn how to do this with a Force. And you're like, okay, well, that would make sense. All this time has passed. But instead, they just want to corrupt the coolness that was there. Anyway, this is Jay. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please pick up Achromatic Chronicles. I know you're going to love it. And we will catch you next time.